side, David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. I am Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Coach Marcus Freeman told me before the game, ranked in the top 25 with high expectations to start the season. That Week 0 loss shocked everyone. With a bye week to look at their issues, try to get things corrected, this is a crucial game today. Can they be the team everyone thought they were before the season started? We'll find out today. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Moving out to the right. He makes a catch. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
And sometimes when you hand it to these guys, man, it's hard to find lanes. It's very congested in the box. But nice job when you spread it out and you give him space by throwing him the football. Sometimes he can use that blazing speed and make bigger plays. I look for them to continue to find ways to get that fast dude in space.
They came out hot on this drive. One play and already near midfield. Ncaa fires to the wideout. Maybe a miscommunication. That one didn't have a chance. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
The Fighting Irish called their first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Long way to go on second down. Throwing, Ncaa. Out wide left, it's Graham. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge third down coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. And the deflection by the defense. Great play on third down. Brings us to 4.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long. You know a pass is coming. You worked on it all week. Get your feet set at the sticks. Understand that quarterback's got to be rushed. Get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
This punter is such a weapon, and because he's able to get that ball down deep in his opponent's territory, that really helps out the defense. You're now forcing the opponent to drive the field to score points.
This offense is so deep, it's teetering on the edge of a safety. They'll start on the ground with Dura. Runs into a wall. They'll give him one out to the 8.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Looking for a man. It's Levitt. Unloads to the wideout. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, I think the ball just got on the receiver so quickly. He took his time working his route, and by the time he got his head around, the ball was already there, and he just wasn't able to stab it.
They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. Here's a give to Dura. He did everything he could to find enough running room, but he'll be stopped about 3 yards short of the first down marker. It's 4th down. He'll take it himself. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off.
Well, that's about as risky as he can get as a head coach. Early in the game, 4th down, deep in your own end, and you go for it. Nice job, offense.
The Tigers with the 1st and 10. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Rashad Downs going up top. Throws to the wideout. Can hold on in the face of the contact.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Sets his feet. It's Levitt. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down? We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Throws for the tight end. Left side is Green. Runs through, man. He might have space. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
He's changing the play. Moves the pocket. It's Levitt. Under pressure. Pulls it in. He'll be stopped at the 16-yard line. It's enough for a first down in the red zone. The Tigers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Now from inside the red zone. Caught. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
And the Tigers trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stopped short of the goal line.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Caden Durham. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, LSU! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Looking for room. It's Walton. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this 1st period. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And we've come to the end of the 1st as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. They'll ride him again. Driven back.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the 1st down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Look out! Finds a soft spot in the middle. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a 1st down as they mark it at the 40. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just know where to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Out wide left, it's Odom. At the 35, he's open. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. The Notre Dame comes to the line that last completion, giving them a fresh set of downs. Here's Ncaa to throw. He's got the tight end. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
Man, just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense, going right down the field in 6 plays, and now set up for 1st and goal.
From the gun, he'll try to throw. Here comes the heat. And down he goes.
Just like to see the quarterback have a clock going off in his head, forcing him to get rid of that football. Can't take a sack on 1st down and goal-to-go situation and move your offense backwards.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Ncaa got away from trouble and got rid of it. Got him downfield. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge 3rd down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for 6. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback, they're smaller and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offense and the QB simply were not.
Here's some daylight. Turning it on. He's at the 50. At the 30. He's at the 10. He is in. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. Then he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
And he added the extra point. He'll bring it out. It's Young. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Off play action on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. Took it all the way to the 36-yard line, and he flipped the field in an instant.
He's brought in at the 36-yard line. Good out for a 1st down.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Walton.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Throwing, Ncaa. Fires toward the end zone. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
Looking downfield, it's Levin. Rush right in his face. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
On the move at the 30. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Quarterback changing the play. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Turns it upfield. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. LSU right back to the line.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. 2nd and long here. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Right side, it's Durham.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
Now the LSU Tigers will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Here's Carr to throw. It's dropped after taking the hit.
Well, that just shows you how much this quarterback trusts his baller wide receiver. He was double covered on that play, and still the QB tried to force it over to him.
Making the adjustment on the play. Sets his feet. It's Carr. Going deep. Makes the catch. Into the house. Touchdown, Tigers. That's his 3rd touchdown in the game, and he just has 4 now on the season.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Here's Ncaa to throw. Escapes the pressure to his right. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Ncaa from the gun on 3rd down. Left side, it's Walton. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, so much to get you updated on, so let's get right to it here from the EA Sports College Football Update Desk. We begin with the Delaware Blue Hens taking on the number 15 team, the Illinois Fighting Illini.
Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. They'll open this 3rd quarter with a run. Nowhere to go. LSU quick to the line.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Making the adjustment. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
That is a good omen for this defense. They were getting lit up in the first half. They knew something had to change. So to set the tone like this early on their opening drive of the 3rd quarter and get a stop on 3rd, that should really help their confidence.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Got to make the play on 4th. Throws to the wideout. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
I'll tell you, man, analytics in college football now are changing the way coaches think about down and distances. And listen, I know there are probably some metrics out there that say you should go for it in that situation because the percentages are telling you you got a good shot at keeping the football and keeping possession. That time, though, they're not able to come up with it. They've now given up the football with their backs to the wall. The defense now is going to have to dig them out of this hole.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Third play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. Here's Ncaa to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
And finally, guys, we've been talking about this offense. When are they going to get it going? When are they going to have that spark? They make the play. They finally get on the board. Now, can they keep the momentum going? Can they play complementary football? Can the defense get a few stops and the offense keep this up?
And he's coming out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Tigers send out the offense to go to work. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Changing the routes with his receivers. Back to throw, it's Glevin. Got his man in the middle. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Berry. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Good, strong tackle. LSU right back to the line. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a first down, but I don't know.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Snapped it, and he has to have it. He's brought down. Couldn't find anybody and get rid of the football, and they'll turn it over on downs.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
Gets it inside the 10. Touchdown, Irish! Somehow, they fought all the way back, and it's a one-possession game.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
So the LSU Tiger offense comes out to start this drive. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Quarterback signaling to his guy. Looking to throw, it's Levin. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. LSU quick to the line. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Out wide left, it's Green. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short.
Love the route there by the tight end in man-to-man coverage. He's able to separate from the defender, and then once he has the ball, he's able to rip through the tackle and go get more yards.
And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? Looks as if he's going to run it. And he's brought down, but they believe the offense could convert the 4th down, and it paid off. That time they were in their own territory. That took some lower intestinal fortitude.
It did. And listen, if that's what you're going to be, that's who you're going to be. You're going to be that kind of offense and be aggressive, then stick with who you are. And apparently, nowadays, going for it on your own end, it really ain't nothing anymore.
Straight ahead, it's Berry. Can't get him to the ground.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Running right, it's Durham. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here, and sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. On the ground, going for the first down with the give to the tight end. He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up 4th down as this defense makes a play.
And this offense, I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I think the offense is going to stay on the field. You've already seen it once on this drive, and they've already been successful. You know how hard it is to defend when there's an extra down, and they do it over and over again? So I think this offense will continue to stay aggressive like they were on the last 4th down.
They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Quarterback keeps it. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the 4th down decision pays off big time.
And in these situations, you're never looked at poorly, right? You can go for these situations because it's a really long field goal, so it's not a guaranteed make, or I can be aggressive offensively, and I like the choice. Be aggressive, get the first down. Nice job by the offense.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Handoff, Durham running left. They get him stopped at the 26, but boy, that was an attitude run. A pickup of 6.
A lot of times defenses blitz to stop the run. This very play right here, blitz the linebacker, but man, the offense did a great job. Everybody understood what they saw. Running back understood. Pick up a nice positive gain when they were trying to get a blitz and maybe create a tackle for a loss.
Back to throw, it's Levitt. Out wide right, it's Berry. Breaks into the open. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. They've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. 2nd down, going to throw it. Has it. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in the game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Ncaa. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
You got to love what you've seen from the defense in this game, too. They knew coming into this one against this quarterback, being as talented as he is, they were going to have to be really good in coverage on the back end, and that's been the case all game long. They have never let it be easy for this quarterback.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Fires to the wideout. This time it's complete. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
Hit as he throws. Complete downfield. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Man, I love this guy's toughness. All game long, he's been getting hit. He's been sacked multiple times, and here we are late in the game. He's still staring down the barrel, gets nailed, but's able to deliver a big completion for his offense.
Notre Dame comes to the line, that last completion, giving them a fresh set of downs. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
And obviously, guys, this drive is critical. You're down. You've got to score. So with a couple of timeouts in your pocket, man, like, that changes the whole dynamic of this 2 minutes run. Like, I can work the whole field. And here coming up on third down, man, don't be scared to do that. Don't be scared to run it. Don't be scared to throw a screen to get some yardage to get a first down.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's...
And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the fourth down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Throwing, Ncaa fires to the middle. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. A fresh set of downs after that fourth down conversion, but still the up-tempo as they get to the line quickly. From the red zone, looking for a man. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Takes a snap, wants to throw. This time he's got it. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on first and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. Here's Ncaa to throw. Stepping to the right. Lets it go to the end zone. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. This defense is trying to protect the lead. You have to make the offense work for it, and a personal foul just gives them yards. It can get frustrating chasing that quarterback, but you got to pull up. The roughing the passer penalty gives them the first down. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Touchdown, Tigers. The defense gets it done with that huge interception return. Guess they wanted to make sure they rubbed a little salt in the wound here down the stretch.
Man, it's your job to stop them. Keep playing football. I like when the offense keeps the foot on the accelerator. It's your job. If you don't like it defensively, do something about it.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Sells the run, wants to pass. Here's a throw downfield late. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field. Because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven, if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
Carr lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And he made the extra point without problem. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Finds his target. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. One more play to pad the stats. Darian Ncaa from the gun on 3rd down. Left side is Odom. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here.